Hi, Manifestors. I hope you guys are doing great. Today, what I want to share with you is a technique, um, a little bit of a process, and it's for what to do if you just really want something that you feel like you can't have, because a lot of the time that's where a lot of the pressure, not the pressure is not the right word, the distress comes from when you're manifesting. If you feel like you can't have the thing, but you want it so badly, it just sets you up to be at war with yourself and your own mind. And this is not where we want to be when we're manifesting. So, what I'm going to do is give you the way around that. So, you're going to need a couple things for this. So, I want you to get a couple pieces of paper, something to write with, and then if you would like to download the Science of Getting Rich PDF, which I will link in the description. You don't need that. I'm going to read the passages out loud, but if you want it, it's really useful. If you have no money whatsoever and you want to learn how to manifest, the Science of Getting Rich will tell you everything you need to know, and you'll be able to get whatever you need. So there is that. So give you a little time to get that, and if you feel like pausing the video, and whenever you're ready, go ahead and put it back on. Okay, so this is from The Science of Getting Rich in chapter 1, and it's on page 5 of the PDF, and it's about what to do when you, or what it means when you want something. So here we go. Whatever he can say, no man can be really happy or satisfied unless his body is living fully in every function, and unless the same can be said of his mind and his soul. Wherever there is unexpressed possibility or function not performed, there is unsatisfied desire. Desire is possibility seeking expression or function seeking performance. So, given that if you have the desire, then you have the possibility, and it's seeking expression through you. A lot of the time, as we get older, there are things that we may have wanted to do as children that just doesn't seem appealing anymore. But sometimes that doesn't happen. And sometimes you get older and you still wanted to do the same thing that now seems like it's out of your reach. But if you have the desire, you wouldn't have the desire if there wasn't the capability within you to do it. Now, we have access to much more capability than what's within your individual human self, because you have access to God, you have access to the mind of all. You really have access to all the power that you need to be able to do whatever it is that you desire. So what I want you to do right now is just sit where you are. Feel your body in the chair. Just scan through, like from your head and just slowly down through your body, down through your hips, down your legs, through your feet, and feel it. Like, is there somewhere sitting in there an unsatisfied desire? And if there is, where is it? Where are you finding it in your body? What is it that you still have this desire that's not satisfied because you haven't been able to express it? And if you can't find one, then try something else. What are the big problems in your life? What are the things that upset you the most, the things that keep you up at night? And when you look into that thing more deeply, what is behind it? So to help you out, like, the question is, what is the most basic level unsatisfied desire behind the problem that you're having? So think about this, and I want you to, like, whether you found it when you're scanning your body or whether you're still thinking about it now, just get out your piece of paper, write it down. While you're thinking, I'm going to tell you mine just to give you some idea of how this thing works. So my impossible dream has always been to be a dancer, and I did start taking dance classes when I was young, and I just wasn't very good, so it never worked out for me. Um, but a lot of people want to be a dancer, and it's not always for the same reason. Some people might have wanted to be in music videos, work with famous people. There might be somebody else who wants to learn a specific style of dance to keep your specific cultural traditions alive. Someone else might want to do it to get in a position to like attract the kind of spouse that they want. As for me, my reason is that I feel like when I'm dancing, it's God's energy is coming through my body. And I always want to express that. It just feels really good for me. And just wanting to express the divine energy through physical movement and to do it in a way where other people are receiving that energy transmission. The first time I picked up on that, I was like 23 in a modern dance performance and just discovered that. And it's just been something that I've always wanted. Now, I'm way older than 23, and 23 might be the age to retire from some kind of dance careers. So, is this an impossible goal? Some might say yes, some might say no. It's what I want. So, if it's impossible, then I just die trying. That's all there is to it. So, what happens is that when the desire has not gone away, even though you may feel like it should have, desire is possibility seeking expression, function seeking performance. So that means the function is there. And I know it's there. For me, I know it's there because of what happened a couple days ago. We had our work holiday party and ended up at the after party in a bar, and I was dancing, and it was exactly the same way that I've always wanted to. And the people who were watching were super, super into it. And so I know that that's a possibility for me. And I've worked very hard just to, because like in my 30s, I could hardly walk. So it's like, had to work very hard to just be able to function. And having that physical capability back again. So just wanted to put that like into perspective because it probably doesn't make the most sense. But nonetheless, if you've written down your desire now, so what is your base level unsatisfied desire? And if you don't have that yet, just go ahead and pause the video until you do, and then we will, and actually get another piece of paper if you don't have one. So do that and then come back. So now we're going to find out how to satisfy that desire. This is one of my like go-to intuitive processes. I love it because it works for almost everybody. If you have no experience with intuitive work, you will still be able to do this. And this is something that I learned in the shamanic training program at Life Force Arts Ensemble. And what you do is you just take a piece of paper and you are just going to take your pen and basically just draw without letting the pencil drop. I mean, you could pick it up, but just keep it moving. And you're going to keep it moving. Like, actually, what I should have said is that you have your intention in your mind before you start. And so I'm going to ask now. I'm going to do this with you guys. For me, the question is, where do I go to like be able to dance the way I want to, like around people who actually understand and appreciate it? There aren't that many, so I have that as a question. So that's my question, and come up with your question, and let's go. Now, if it's not working for you to be writing on a piece of paper, you can just like move your body and just keep it moving. You can sing. You can just pay attention to your breath going in and out. You can just speak like gibberish words. Any of those things work. So just keep going until you have something. And I don't know how long it's going to take me to have something. So we'll see what happens. So let's go. think I've got it. And for me, what it said was that what I'm looking for isn't something where it's not a place that I have to go. I have to bring it out from within myself. The energy and the divinity that I want to express in dance. And if I bring it out in me, the location's going to come. The venue's going to come. The audience is going to come. So there we go. Let's give us a couple more minutes and see what you come up with. And if you haven't come up with anything yet, just pause the video and it is going to happen. And I guarantee it's going to happen. So just keep going. You are not going to be sitting there for like another hour. It's going to come quicker than that. So just keep going. And all right, next step. So whatever you came up with when you were drawing or meditating or dancing or whatever you were doing, want us to take a couple minutes to just brainstorm. Take another piece of paper. We're going to talk about some concrete possibilities for you to take this thing, whatever it is, out into 3D reality. Like, what are you actually going to do? What are you going to commit to make this thing happen for yourself? And for me, it came very quickly. I just need to take, even if it's just 10 minutes a day, to practice bringing that energy through my body and dancing. That's what I need to do. And it can be as simple as that. You can come up with one idea, you can come up with 3, you can come up with 50, doesn't matter. But come up with however many you end up with. Make sure that there's one that you are able to actually make a commit to and actually do it. And that is the next step, which is go and do it. Now, where the rubber meets the road is also where the obstacles come in to prevent it. And so I'm going to give you another chapter, not a whole chapter, but another passage from the Science of Getting Rich. Chapter 12, Efficient Action. This is on pages 68 to 69 of the PDF. The cause of failure is doing too many things in an inefficient manner and not doing enough things in an efficient manner. You will see that it is a self-evident proposition that if you do not do any inefficient acts, and if you do a sufficient number of efficient acts, you will become rich. If now it is possible for you to make each act an efficient one, you see again that the getting of riches is reduced to an exact science, like mathematics. The matter turns then on the question whether you can make each separate act a success in itself. And this you can certainly do. You can make each act a success because all power is working with you, and all power cannot fail. Power is at your service, and to make each act an efficient one, you have only to put power into it. Every action is either strong or weak, and when everyone is strong, you are acting in a certain way which will make you rich. Every act can be made strong and efficient by holding your vision while you are doing it, and putting the whole power of your faith and purpose into it. So I hope that gave you some food for thought. What you want to do is whatever it is that you are desiring, when you go to do that thing that you wrote down that you committed to, while you're doing it, you want to be thinking and you want to hold in your mind the vision of you doing, of you having your desire satisfied. And so when you are taking action, every time you're taking action, and hopefully it's an action that you're taking every single day, that you are doing it like remembering where you're going. I feel like this isn't something that we are really taught in the society, to really set your own direction and to keep going where you're going, not necessarily where someone's telling you to go, but where you are going. And I feel like that's where so many lives get off track, is because you were listening to something other than your deepest truth, your inner self, which knew where you wanted to go. And if that's you, then now is the time to get back in contact with your inner self. Now is the time to surrender back to the universe, to say, I accept myself. I accept my destiny. I accept my alignment with the divine. And I will move this from this day forward in that alignment. So I hope you guys got something out of this. Let me know how it goes, and happy manifesting.